Welcome to Discourses by Shri Brahmachaitanya Maharaj Gondavalekar. Today we'll explore the February 13th discourse on timeless supremacy of nama, where we delve into how the practice of nama-smarana is the ultimate path to spiritual bliss and freedom from worldly attachments. Nama is Sat-Chit-Anand itself. Nothing is closer to the Supreme Soul than nama. It is the parent source of energy, as also of all bliss. In its ebullience, it gives rise to all creation. It generates numberless forms, destroys them, recreates them. All the while it maintains its own eternality. Is this not a supreme marvel? Ever since I learnt to speak, I have been incessantly talking about it, and yet have not said enough about its greatness, its supremacy. He alone will conceive its greatness whose identity has completely merged in nama. Such a person will either maintain complete silence on the subject or will go on talking about it to his last breath. For the greatness of nama can never be told completely or adequately, nor will the listener be ever satiated. Nama wipes out all sin. To forget the Lord is the greatest of sins. Nama keeps us ever awake to the Lord. It is superior even to the Vedas. In order to benefit from them, we must first study all the 4 Vedas, which will involve a vast amount of time and labor. Nama needs no effort. Besides, not all people are eligible and qualified for such study, whereas nama can be chanted by all and sundry. All Vedic mantras commence with Om, that is, with nama. It is superior to pilgrimages to sacred places. Such visits aim at purifying the heart, but they require adequate money and means as well as physical well-being. Nama, on the other hand, brings about such transformation right where we may be. One should go to Pandharpur, for instance, to learn to chant nama, else the pilgrimage is in vain. Nama is the prince of all righteous actions, Sat-Karmas, for Sat is God, and therefore that alone is Sat-Karma which leads to him. Other actions that can lead to him follow tortuous roads, while nama takes us straight to him. Nama is a sovereign cure for bhava roga, the disease of worldliness. To be addicted to worldliness is at the root of that disease. Nama directs our love to God, detaching it from its present object, worldliness. Nama relieves us from all pain and misery, for they rise from love for sensuousness, which nama destroys. Besides, because God is bliss incarnate, when we hold fast to him with nama, how can misery even exist for us? Personal reflection on the discourse. Story from the Bhagavata Purana that beautifully illustrates the timeless supremacy of nama. Ajamila was a learned and virtuous Brahmin in his youth. However, due to bad association, he gradually fell into sinful ways and led a life of moral degradation. He abandoned his duties, his family, and engaged in various misdeeds. Despite his sinful life, Ajamila had named his youngest son Narayana, a name of Lord Vishnu, and was very affectionate towards him. As Ajamila lay on his deathbed, he saw fearsome messengers of Yama, the god of death, approaching him to take his soul. Terrified, Ajamila called out to his beloved son Narayana, "Narayana!" But instead of calling his son, he inadvertently invoked the holy name of the Lord. At that moment, Vishnu's divine attendants, the Vishnudutas, appeared and prevented Yama's messengers from taking Ajamila's soul. The Vishnudutas argued that since Ajamila had uttered the name of the Lord with his last breath, he was absolved of all his sins and deserved salvation. The power of nama was so immense that even a lifetime of sinful actions could be negated by sincerely uttering the divine name at the moment of death. Hearing the divine name with pure devotion, Ajamila was granted a second chance at life. He repented his past misdeeds and devoted the rest of his life to chanting the holy name of Narayana and performing righteous deeds. Ultimately, Ajamila attained liberation and the eternal abode of the Lord. This story exemplifies the timeless supremacy of nama. It demonstrates that chanting the divine name with sincerity and devotion can absolve even the gravest of sins and lead to ultimate liberation. Nama transcends all limitations and brings us closer to the divine, guiding us towards spiritual bliss and freedom from worldly attachments. Thank you for joining me in this exploration of timeless supremacy of nama. Remember, by persistently chanting Nama and recognizing its supreme power, we can transcend worldly attachments and experience true spiritual bliss. Embrace this practice with unwavering faith, and may it bring you peace and fulfillment in your journey. May Nama bring you peace, contentment, and divine connection in your journey.